This is the magicwordpodcast.com.
Hello, this is Scott Wells for the magicwordpodcast.com, and we are off for FISM. We are heading out of Houston Airport and hanging out over here. First of all, at the President's Club, just kind of chilling for a little bit. I get an afternoon flight after 4 o'clock, so I don't have to get up so early. However, I didn't have to leave Georgetown, Texas, in the midst of a torrential downpour, which some of you have probably heard about, the tragedy of Guadalupe flooding and everything that happened, several rivers throughout central Texas. But I left before I was affected, and I don't know whether I was or not. I haven't heard from the neighbors yet. But anyhow, I am getting ready to head from here to Munich, and from Munich then making a transfer over to Venice. And then we're going to be just on a short tour for about a week before FISM. And so if you want to, well, by the time you hear this, you will have been catching up with my tour on Facebook or Instagram. But we're going to be reporting a lot from every day from Turin about FISM, and I'm looking forward to that. I've got some great travel companions that I'm touring around Italy with for the next week or two, including Dick Olson and Jean and Betty Protis and Gabe Blackstone and Lupe Neilsen and Manya Castro. So we're going to have a great trip, several museums, got some wineries and cooking classes and things to see and do. But anyhow, I'm going to be looking forward to seeing a lot of great magic and reporting on that. So stay tuned every day and we'll see how it goes. I think it's going to be some fun. So come along for the ride. We're heading to Europe. Hasta la vista. No, I should say arrivederci. This is Scotty out. We are in Turin. We've arrived. FISM will start tomorrow. This is Sunday, and we're just checking in the hotel right now. I saw Carissa Hendricks and Danny Gladwin. I'm here right now with Michael Healy, who is one of our friends of the Magic Word. Thank you very much. Hello, Mike. How are you?
I'm really well. I'm very excited. Unfortunately, I have to change hotels to be a little further away from the action, but that's okay. I'll get all my steps.
Now, you got check in then already, and was there a long line? I mean, here we are early on Sunday.
Zero line.
Okay.
And I don't want to badmouth anything or anybody, but the signage could use some help.
Okay.
So when you walk into the facility, just ask somebody where to go to pick up your stuff.
Yeah. Well, everything seems to be within walking distance, I guess.
Yep. We're in a great spot. I've been here for 2 days. I've been sightseeing Turin. Very beautiful city. There are 3 different bus tours. I took all 3 of them yesterday. And the hotel that we're standing in happens to be attached to the facility where FISM's going to be at. Very convenient. And a great hotel. But unfortunately, I have to leave and go to another hotel.
So you're from New Jersey, but why'd you come to this one? Do you always come to FISM? Or
this is my 6th FISM, consecutive FISM. So starting 2009 in Beijing, I've been to every one.
Wow, okay.
And this is my way of traveling on my own. I travel on my own. Although I do have a friend who's coming later, probably landing at 1:30, 2 o'clock from Jersey. So he's staying at the NH Hotel, which is attached to the Lungado. So there are 2 hotels attached here, and he's going to be at one. So we're going out to dinner today. And then, of course, everything starts tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, pick up your stuff today.
To avoid the lines for later.
Avoid the lines for tomorrow.
Mike, thanks very much. Good seeing you.
All right.
Enjoy the convention.
Scott, nice seeing you. Always.
That was Mike Healy. Scotty out. We are registering right now, standing in line, and this is the first time I've ever actually gotten a press pass on my registration tag. It was kind of cool. So I guess I'm officially a FISM press person with the podcast. How about that? And one of the people I'm traveling with, by the way, it's a lovely group that we landed in Venice and went to Milan, and then we went to Churrasco, just south of Turin yesterday, over the Bolo wine region. And one of the people who's traveling in our group is Lupe Neilsen, and she's with me right now. Hey there, Lupe.
Hello, Scott. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic. So tell me.
Man, that's a fancy press pass.
I'm impressed. I didn't even know it until Trixie said, hey, you got a press pass. I said, where? She said, it's on your ticket.
Yeah. No, you'll be all over the place.
I have access to go backstage now.
Yeah.
So tell me about, this is your first FISM. So,
first ever. I'm a virgin, people. I'm a virgin.
I mean, if you go into all the different places that you travel with as a dealer and used to with Norm and everything, so why is it taking so long to go to FISM?
Well, I have no clue, probably because I've been avoiding crowded places. I don't like crowded places.
Okay.
The only convention I go that is very crowded is Magic Live, and I have been to Blackpool a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
But the opportunity never presented itself because FISM always takes place very, very far away. And now with travel regulations, it's just difficult to get there.
Good point.
But at this point, I'm not coming in as a dealer. I am just coming for fun and as an official member of the Scott Wells Drinking Club.
There we go.
You're
now officially a member. I've indoctrinated you.
Yeah, he has educated me on fine wine and drink. This man knows more about wine than I will ever learn in a lifetime. And it has been a lot of fun. It has been a lot of fun traveling around Europe with you guys. And I'm looking forward to the FISM contest.
So since you haven't been here before, you don't know what to expect other than this is going to be great. Just like yesterday, we went to Churrasco, went to the Magic Museum of Don Silvio.
Yeah, Don Silvio Mantelli. Yes, Don Silvio has been a customer of ours for quite a while. And a few weeks ago, I got an email from his place saying, if you come to Italy, you're welcome to come to my museum. And he's in a little town called Churrasco, which is about 45 minutes or so away from Turin. And it is an amazing experience. This gentleman, he is a Salesian priest, and he gathered upon donations about 4 million euro to build an incredible museum of magic. And it is one of the most gorgeous places I have visited on this trip. It is worth the trek over here.
Yeah, it certainly is. And I understand that a few other groups are going to be making that trek during FISM to come down and see this. Well, I'm looking forward to FISM. I know you are too. There are so many people we're going to be running into and everything.
It's going to be fun, and I'll be running with you constantly, and I might share with you my snide remarks or comments about the convention. And if the convention sucks, we're going to have good food.
That's right.
It's a great place. But if the convention is great, you'll hear all about it as well.
The food and wine was really excellent. Can't beat that. That's right. And the friendship.
It's great.
That's right. The fellowship's wonderful.
Yeah, they're very friendly, the Italians. So we look forward to it. Thank you so much, Scott.
You bet. So the Magic Word Podcast. That was Lupe Neilsen. Scotty out. As we're waiting in line, of course, people are coming and coming and coming, and this is just great and running into so many friends. And one of the friends that you might have heard on the podcast from years back and from time to time is my friend Chien Engblom from Finland.
Yeah, that's right.
I got it right this time.
You did. That's right. Not Sweden, from Finland.
That's right. So Christian Mortensen's also from Finland, right?
Nope. He's from Denmark.
Denmark. Okay, that's right.
But, we Nordic countries, we're all the same.
So it's kind of a trek to get from the hotel to here, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? Yeah, I lost like 5 pounds on the way over.
Yeah, getting in your steps here, certainly for the day. So you've been coming to this for a long time. You have competed in the past in
FISM.
FISM, yep. Are you competing this year or doing anything?
No,
what are you doing?
Actually, I am working, but I'm not performing. I'm not lecturing. I have been called, and you have this in the U.S. You get called for jury duty, and you can't say no. Mm-hmm. So that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm in the close-up jury.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Well, I'm going to be one of the close-up volunteers. There are a bunch of us in the row, so that way they don't have to call on people. They can quickly call on one of us over there.
So I'll be watching you.
I'll react appropriately over there. So, and so I was just asking you about whether you flew or drove. If you were to, you say you flew in, but if you were
in.
to have driven from Finland, how long of a drive would that be?
Oh, geez. I mean,
We're in northern Italy.
where are we?
Yeah.
And I would say it would take me a good 3 days.
Oh, really?
Unless I, put in like 16 hours a day, then 2 hours,
okay.
2 days.
Well, I had it completely wrong from where that you were, because I was just thinking that you were just kind of north of France a little bit there, but you're further than that. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it'll take 2 days to get here if you were to drive, because one of them is you either have to drive all the way through Sweden and go through Denmark and pop on a small ferry and drive through Germany and so on until you reach.
It is a ways.
It is a ways. Or you can take a larger ferry that takes about 12 hours from Helsinki or a couple. Well, there's other place as well, but Helsinki is better known. And go to Germany and then drive through Germany and come. It's going to take at least 2 days.
When are you going to be coming back to the U.S.?
I don't know. I mean,
you're not scheduled for any convention performances
No, I'm not. However, and I'm not sure if I can talk about this, but we do have something cooked up with Penguin Magic.
Okay.
And I'm still waiting to hear back whether it'll be this summer after FISM. So it could be soon.
Something could be happening soon.
Or then it'll be next year.
Okay.
After April, May-ish.
And when you came down, did you come down with some other guys from Finland or just you?
There's a couple of guys from Finland, and I think there's even more coming, but they didn't come with the same plane as me.
Okay, I didn't know if it's part of a group that like you guys travel together or something.
No, I have 2 friends who did travel together, but no, I came solo this time.
Now, how many of these? What number is this for you?
FISMs? I don't know. I missed the last 2. The reason was in 2018. It was in Busan.
Yeah. And
I was unable to go. I was even asked to be a jury member back then, but I couldn't go. And I also missed Canada, so.
Yeah, you weren't in Quebec last time.
I wasn't in Quebec. So I missed these 2.
What was your first one?
My first one was in 1997, Dresden, Germany. So
I missed that one. I think my first one was 88 in Scheveningen.
Okay, cool. That was before me. I mean, 88 was in Japan, I think, right? No, sorry. I'm thinking about 94. 94 was in Japan, I think.
I think you may be right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to check this.
That's the one. That's the one I missed.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to that one, but
I've never been there. I'd like to have traveled that. Well, perhaps in the future. Right now we don't know where it's going to be 3 year from now. Yeah. I understand that Quebec is wanting to get it back, as well as what was the other one in contention? There's another city, I think.
Usually there's a couple.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out at the end of this thing.
Yeah, well, let's see.
Christian, always good to see you. Hope you enjoyed the convention. Have a great time.
Thank you, Scott. You too.
So the Magic Word Podcast. It's Christian Engblom. Scotty out. The dealer's room will be open tomorrow. Well, as everything else is going to be opening soon. And I've got with me one of the dealers who is always one of our favorites with Card Shark. That's Christian Schenk. Hey, Christian.
Hi. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic. Good to see you. You were just showing me about the room over here. And you know about how many dealers are going to have this year? Did they tell you?
No. Actually, I gave all my input, what I would prefer having here in the dealers area.
They asked beforehand. That's kind of neat.
Well, I was here in this place last year in January. Walter wanted to show me the venue, the area, and it was not in here, but outside behind the tent was the old factory of Fiat. Fiat was the manufacturing area, and I recommended not to take those places, and they wanted to have a theater. But this Congress Center certainly has a lot of benefits, and so we went to this area here, what you see now, what is beautiful, and I think it
much better than what we had in Quebec.
Shall I say better than Quebec? Let's see if it's better than Rimini. Definitely better than Blackpool. And that's all the FISMs I have seen. Yes, it will be good. The only thing what I'm missing so far when I'm walking around is the TV screens I really asked for.
Oh, yeah. So you can watch the competition.
Exactly. So I hope that they are still being installed, because this is something I think now with
Modern technology,
knowledge,
it should be easy to do.
Yes, it should be, and I might even close my shop down, my table down to see the competition because I want to see
Sure.
the competition as well. And if I cannot, why would I do it?
By having those monitors, it's important because the registrants can actually be shopping while they're watching the competition, feel like you're not missing anything.
That was my recommendation, exactly. So usually you are not allowed to go in and out during the act, so you always have to wait until the actual act is stopping so that you are able to get in and out. And maybe there are some acts where you think those 2 or 3 don't interest me. So when you now have to time, when is the 2 acts over? When do I have to go inside? Now, if you would have a TV screen outside, you would always be able to make to peek over and see, okay, I have to, finish here so that I would be able to get into the theater again. Or you might even have a better view to the next act because the TV might see better than if you are sitting very far away from the stage.
Now, do you have something new you're going to be introducing at the convention, or are you holding that back until Magic Live?
No, well, there's new stuff here and new stuff at Magic Live.
Okay.
So that Magic Live, it's not ready for FISM. That's why it will be released at Magic Live then. Right now we have a handful of new products. It's a Firefighter, what would be amazing. You will very soon. It's a burnt deck with only 1 surviving card, what is really cool. And then a project with Boris Wild. His Boris Wild Marc deck has 20 years anniversary.
No, that's right.
Yeah, and so we are releasing a book together with 2 very special decks with those.
Phoenix cards.
It's Phoenix marked, the Boris Wild marking, but with metallic colors, etc.
Oh, beautiful.
So it's really beautiful. It's a collector's item. I have not seen the decks yet, so the printer will bring everything with him to FISM. So the book is ready. The sleeves, everything is ready. Now I'm only waiting to complete the whole thing. And then, we will see.
And so that'll be available at Magic Live then for those people who are not attending FISM, I guess.
Yes.
And then or they can get it on your website then later.
Later, by the end of the month, because right now I don't have the products right now. And I will be back at before Magic Live. We'll be at the warehouse so that we can start with this. So let's say beginning of August for all the people who are not here at FISM. Mm-hmm. And then we have a number deck of Boris Wild, what is kind of strange. Why numbers? Why not? With the marking of Boris, it's very easy to spot everything. Mm-hmm. And then I'm happy and proud that I'm part of a whole project with jumbo cards. I mean, really talking about the bigger ones like the bicycles, but in casino quality with the paper that I'm using for my regular cards. Marked certainly with the Phoenix backs and also as an invisible deck with a factory roughing. They will be brought here to FISM. I have not seen them yet, so I'm really excited to see all the new stuff.
Right.
And then the other new stuff will be ready for Magic Live. Yeah, a lot of work. Yeah.
So, in case you're not here at FISM, you know where to get the stuff then later. If you are, be sure and go by the Card Shark booth. Do you know what number you are?
Yes, it's 79 at 80. It's a double booth. When will this be aired?
This will be coming out tomorrow evening, Monday evening. Or today's Sunday, so it'll be out tomorrow.
Is it Monday evening your European time?
Yeah, just tomorrow after the convention.
Okay.
After the day is so out.
Because at 9 p.m. tomorrow evening, German time or European time, we are launching our YouTube video that we have every week on our Card Shark International channel, where I will also show the Firefighter in action. So if they want to see it there, it might be the same. It's a recording, so it doesn't matter if they first listen to this one and then come to our website.
What's the YouTube channel?
Card Shark International. Search for this one, and so it will be the FISM releases. It's a video that we already did. Say? No, Firefighter. Firefighter. Okay. Yes. Okay. So that's the new part.
Christian, thanks very much. I'm glad you always provide us a lot of really great products and everything, and also good content. Thank you very much for being here again.
Oh, can I, one last thing. I talked about Klaus the Mouse. Do you remember that one?
Yes, I do. Klaus the Mouse. Yes.
I love Klaus the Mouse. Yes. Roger loved it.
Yep.
And I wanted to give some legacy to Roger with Klaus the Mouse. Unfortunately, believe it or not, Klaus the Mouse died 3 times now. The very first time in my warehouse when it burned down. The second time when the mold was destroyed in the manufactory. The third time now, because I was ready to place the order and make everything, the company who is producing them is going out of business. They informed me we are stopping, so get stuff now or it's too late. Now, The sad part is they will not produce Klaus the Mouse as the toy again with the mold. But in the time when I was thinking about Klaus the Mouse and Roger was still alive, they sent us an alternative. What is a ghost? A small little ghost, looks very cute.
Yeah.
And so I ordered Roger the Ghost.
Roger the Ghost.
Roger the
I
Ghost.
love that.
That will be the legacy for Roger, as Klaus the Mouse will be replaced by Roger the Ghost.
And when will that be available?
I should they should be ready by the end of this month, so that we can get them from China.
Yeah.
And then we have to manufacture everything. So I guess to late autumn or then Christmas.
I remember Klaus the Mouse when I was in Chicago, Inc. and Pedro Nieves was demonstrating that.
Beautiful,
that was his
right?
favorite. Oh, it's a great trick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we made a batch of those, and I'm really looking forward to it. Having Roger in my hands, more or less.
How great! That's a great legacy for him. Again, Christian, thanks very much.
Thank you so much.
The Magic Word Podcast. That's Christian Schenk with Card Shark. Gotti out. The dealer's room isn't open yet, but walking around, they're getting ready for the dealers to get set up, and slowly they're coming in. And I happen to run across somebody here who is from Germany, and he has been coming to a lot of the FISMs, and is Wolfgang Boer. And I just had met him, and hello there, Wolfgang.
Hi, Scott. Good to see you. Yeah.
He's not one of the listeners, but I think I've convinced him to start listening to the podcast.
I'm just looking around a bit, and I know a dealer at the fair, and I've been to quite some FISMs.
What was your first one?
The first one was The Hague. The first, it was two times The Hague, and the first time was organized by Richard Ross, and that was really marvelous. So this was a very good start. I remember when we had the dinner in the cellar of the conference center, Richard Ross and his wife shook hands with everybody personally. Wow. And gave us a glass of champagne and with a small pearl. And one of this pearl was real.
Yeah.
So you could go to a dealer, to an Amsterdam dealer who's got the pearl. It was really a nice idea. And it was a very nicely organized convention. And then I went to second The Hague and to Lausanne and to Dresden, of course, because it was in Germany, because I come from Hamburg. And I've come around with this.
Did you travel over to North America when it was in Quebec?
No. Okay. I couldn't do it. And neither to China, to Beijing. When I think it was
Busan, and they were in Beijing.
Busan. Yeah, right.
I would love for Germany to host the FISM again. I just think that you guys do a wonderful job. Everything's on time, and it's so well organized, and you have good groups of magicians. I lectured over in Munich and Berlin. Some of my friends had me come over. It was just, I love Germany, and I just think it's just a great place again.
Yeah, of course. I'm not sure if we got a chance, if a team, but our Congress team for the convention team for the German conventions is now renewed, and it's quite active. So maybe they can do FISM again. I was also in favor of doing it in Helsinki once.
Helsinki be good.
But it was not chosen. I think that it was Busan when it won against Helsinki.
Okay.
That was also quite nice. So it's not so far from Germany. So European FISM is always nice for me, of course.
From where you are in Hamburg, did you drive down or did you fly here?
I flew.
Okay.
I flew here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's really not that far of a drive.
No, that's right. I'm normally I do a lot of rail travel inside Europe, but for Turin, it was a bit complicated.
Okay.
And I just choose Lufthansa.
What are you looking forward to for this convention?
Actually, the first thing I wanted to meet David Williamson again, because I know him. I got a lecture note from David Williamson from 1984 with me. Mm-hmm. The first time he went to Germany to give the German and European lectures. And a friend of mine, Thomas von Buren, who's now at the Isle of Sylt, organized this lecture. And I brought this 1984 lecture notes to have it signed and maybe a selfie with David.
Sure.
Because he accompanied my magical life for a long time. So.
Do you subscribe to his flight school?
No.
You know what I'm talking about? That he has?
Yeah. I know. No. But I visited him, his lectures a lot of times, and I always enjoyed David's shows. I remember when he was at the Hague, he did, I think there were several sessions with a close-up show, and I went to all shows, not only to one. It was not allowed, but
but he was so good.
It was. The specialty about David is that every time it's a different show because it's a different audience. Right. The other one, for the other artists, they have the same program, right? But for David, it's always different because he changes the program and that's absolutely fantastic for me and interesting. So. Yes. Well, I learned a lot from him.
I know he's supposed to be here because he's just signed, I saw on Facebook, a contract with some ships, and he was going to be leaving the ship to come to FISM and then going back out to sea.
Yeah.
So,
I'm looking forward, of course, to all the shows. It's a very broad program here. So, and see some new dealers and
and have some.
And of course, I cheer in favor of my Hamburg colleagues, Lukas Kaminski, for example.
He's going to be one of the competitors stage, or what does he do?
No, he's in the stage competition with bubbles, with soap bubble act that he won the German championships last year. Oh,
so fantastic! Well, good luck to him.
Yeah,
and thank you very much, Wolfgang. It's a pleasure.
You, Scott, for having me.
You're welcome. So for the Magic Word Podcast, that's Wolfgang Glur. Ciao, out. As I'm walking around the dealer's room, I know it's going to get horribly crowded later. And I ran into a friend of mine who we spoke with last year when we were in France, traveling around. And he has been a competitor here, and he's with me now, Erix Logan. How are you, Erix?
I'm fine. I'm very happy to be at FISM.
Are you going to be competing again this year?
No, this year I will be in a gala show.
The gala show?
Yes.
Fantastic.
That was going to be, I think, on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I present 2 or 3 of my illusions.
Okay. Anything you can talk about yet, or is it going to be a surprise for us?
Yeah, well, I want to say something because one of the illusions will be a tribute to Doug Henning.
Oh, how nice.
Which is one of my heroes. Mm-hmm. Yes. And the other one are illusions that they represent me because it's my trademark. And
yes.
You have already understood.
Scissors, of course, yes. Every time I see you, I always think of scissors. Yeah.
Exactly. So we have double scissors because we have 2 illusions with the scissors.
Nice. Okay. And your wife, your daughter is here. What is your daughter's name again?
Isabella.
Cute little girl.
Yeah, yes. Isabella Wonder. They are coming. Actually, I have to go to pick them up today, and they will be coming tonight.
Now, how far do you live from here?
2.5 hours.
From Torino?
Yeah, from Torino. My city is Brescia, the place where we have 2 lakes, the Garda Lakes, which is the biggest one in Italy, and the Iseo Lake, which is much smaller. This is where I stay.
Is that near Como, or is that the other way?
No, it's more toward Verona.
Verona. Oh, yeah, okay, gotcha. Yeah. I'm trying to get my geographical bearings as I've been talking with different people about where they're from and everything. So anyhow, so how many FISMs have you attended?
Not many. Really? I remember that my very first FISM was in 1988 in Den Haag, and I compete there as Erix Medal Magic. Mm-hmm. And then I was in 2000 in Portugal, and I think that's it.
I think Den Haag was where I saw you perform that act in the competition.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, that has been very, very long.
What year would that have been? Early 90s?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like 91 or something back then, maybe?
Yeah, I don't remember exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Long time ago.
So,
maybe
when we were younger.
Yeah, we were younger, yes.
Yeah, we're not that old, but all of a sudden we start talking about
but we have to keep going.
I'm so excited about it. You know, all the young people that they've got who are competing and continuing to stay in the magic community and the new ideas we've got with technology and everything as well. Is there something that you're looking forward to this year of seeing? Or?
Absolutely, because not only magic, but life is a continual evolution. Mm-hmm. And so we have to continue creating new things and look for new trend in magic. Mm-hmm. And so that's why it's important to be here.
Yes.
Because you share ideas, you see shows, you see young people that compete for the very first time, and they might have something that you say, I haven't think about that before.
Never seen that before. It's like it gets your mind thinking.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it
fresh ideas.
Opens a new window in your mind.
That is so well put. You're exactly right.
It's amazing.
Yeah. It opens a new window in your mind.
Yeah.
Now, are you still creating new things, speaking of which, yourself?
Absolutely, yes. I'm even trying to impersonate a new character, which is called the disillusionist, which is not the illusionist. It's totally something different.
You're dissecting
it might look like negative. A negative meaning at the very beginning, because disillusioned, I don't want to be disillusioned. I want to dream all the time.
Oh, sure.
But if you are too much of a dreamer and you forget the reality, then you lose, to my opinion, an objective view of life. So that's why in my show, in the new show, The Disillusionist, I try to bring back the difference between the reality that looks like a reality, but is not, unveil the fake reality and look for the real one. It's a little bit complicated to explain.
Okay.
It happened more easy with the magical effect.
Let me ask, as far as where you perform, as I was traveling about, I noticed a lot of cities, not just like where we were in Venice or others, but even small towns have their own theaters where they have concerts and things. And so we don't have those kinds of performing venues in the U.S., but it seems over here, particularly in Italy, you have a lot of places, and you do a stage act. So I assume that you do these kinds of, you four-wall the thing yourself, you go rent the place. And
yes, that's the way it works in this moment, even in Italy. Before it was different. As you say correctly, all the very small cities in Italy, they have fantastic, nice theaters because the history of Europe and Italy is like that, because every city has its own theater, and before they were used to book us. Or do a relationship of 70% for the artist and 30% for the theater.
Yes.
So it was kind of and now it's different. Now they prefer to rent 4 walls because I don't want to take any risk
at all.
All the economy has changed, but because of the economy has changed, it's also more difficult for us to sell the tickets. Because
has it changed since COVID? Can you tell the difference before and after?
Absolutely. COVID was the very beginning of the fall, and then the wars with the Russia and Ukraine, which is not far from
here. I hadn't thought about that. Sure.
That was
hurt the economy.
Yes, all the prices for the energy went up 30% for the families. The gas,
all your gas, electricity,
and everything went up to 30-40% respect to the year before, and so that took money out from the every family, and they don't have. I mean, they have to select more now how to spend their money because they don't have the same amount of money that is left.
Don't have the expendable
for entertainment. Yeah, expendable. So they have to decide.
Very interesting.
So the competition for the entertainment becomes higher and higher. Not for the big name, of course.
Yes, but if you're someone who is trying to make a name for yourself, particularly like you say, the young people who are trying to get noticed, difficult.
Very difficult.
Very difficult.
Very difficult.
What about close-up? I don't see like magicians working restaurants here. Is that a thing?
Not very much. Okay. And if it happens, it's for a very low amount of money. Too ridiculous.
And weddings. Do they do weddings here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Birthday parties also.
And I'm glad we were talking earlier. You said, how was the wedding? And so I was joking when I put something on Facebook, many of you had saw the picture like with Jeff Bezos. And it just so happened to be in Venice at the same time as his wedding. And I thought it'd be funny to say I was performing for a secret wedding. Just to be clear, I didn't. It would have been cool.
You got me.
I got it. He asked me, he thought I really did. Well, Erix, good talking to you. Good luck on Thursday. And so great seeing you. And we'll chat some more later this week.
Thank you very much.
So Magic Word Podcast. I was Erix Logan. Scotty out. Well, we're heading over to see some street magic right now, and we had to take a train, and it's a long way away. It's a long story, and it's a long way. But there are other magicians who are here, and one of the people who is a competitor this year, and we had spoken with him at Magic Texas last year, and now both of us are here in Torino. Eric Chien. Hey, Eric. Good to see you.
Hey, good to see you too, man.
So when we were last together, you were being interviewed for the big Texas Monthly magazine.
Right, yes.
Has that gotten published yet? I don't think it has.
I have no idea, actually.
You haven't heard it?
I haven't heard.
Okay, because I just got a text from her. I'm saying this to everybody else who's interested in going. I think it's going to be an online thing. It's not going to be in the magazine. So
I see.
But I believe that they were going to have it. She was waiting, I think, until after it's over to see how you were going to be doing. You're going to be competing in close-up cards?
No. Okay. I'm doing parlor.
Parlor, okay.
Yes. So it's kind of like a I don't want to give too much away, but it is something that I've done on TV just a little bit.
Yeah.
With the chocolate and Rubik's Cube, blah, blah, blah. So it's a expansion of that act.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. And what day are you going to be competing?
I'll be competing on the 18th. So
Which
the
is gonna
last
be on
day.
Friday. Saturday.
I have no idea. But I know it's the last competition day.
Last competition
And the
day.
19th is the award ceremony.
Does it make you a little bit nervous to have to wait that long, or does it make any difference to you?
No. It's good. I love being near the last one because I get more time to practice.
Oh.
Because I haven't really practiced the whole act yet.
Yeah.
But for the next 3 days, I will be in my hotel room practicing.
This may be the last time we see you for a few days then, because you'll be practicing.
I'll still be watching FISM along the way, but after every other competition, I will go back to the hotel and practice.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, where have you been performing that act? Have you been practicing it back home?
I practice, yes, of course. I practiced a little bit in Beijing, but I haven't received all of my props for the act, and I just received it today in Italy.
Okay.
So I'll bring the props back to the hotel today and then practice a little bit, and then I rehearse tonight.
How many of these have you been to? How many FISMs have you attended?
This is my second one.
Your second one. And you competed in the last one?
Yeah.
And how did you finish last time?
Last FISM?
Yeah.
In 2018?
Yeah.
I was champion.
I just wanted you to say that again. Right. I want everybody to know you're the champion.
Yes, I was the Grand Prix.
Yes. Just so everybody knows, he's the Grand Prix.
Yes.
It's not just a winner. That's right. And so I'm glad that you're competing again in a different category.
Yes, parlor this time.
Yeah.
Last time was micro.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, the micro last time. So you got in today then? Or just your props are getting in today? When did you arrive in Italy? Okay.
Yesterday.
Days are kind of blurred together, I guess, kind of one day into the next and everything.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Anything aside from competing that you're looking forward to seeing, or any of your friends that are you wanting to watch perform?
There's so many of my friends that are competing as well, so I'm really excited to see their new act. There's so many people that I've only seen them like every 4 years.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to finally be in Europe and see them again. Other than that, that's it. I'm just here for magic.
And let me just also say, as I let him go, if you get a chance to order a deck of his playing cards, they are the smoothest, most beautiful, feel like butter playing cards. I've got them. I've been using them for a long time. Good deck of cards.
New one.
You got an even newer one, the feathers.
They look exactly the same, but you can see there is some fun stuff on it.
Oh, they do have some special stuff on it. Yeah,
it's very good. It's very good.
Yeah, they ferro so beautifully and handle nice and everything. If people want to get a copy, order a deck, is there a website where they can go to?
Not yet.
Okay,
but I will be traveling with them
soon.
Soon, yeah.
Okay, so you'll be able to get them if you see Eric Chien around.
Yes.
All right, we're on our way. Thanks, Eric, very much. Awful good to see you. Good luck in the competition.
Thank you so much.
Hope you get another Grand Prix.
Oh, yeah, I hope so, too.
Good
I'll
luck.
see you around.
We'll see you. For the Magic Word Podcast, that was Eric Chien. Scotty out. We have arrived to where the magicians are performing street magic, and a couple of people who are here are on the jury, I guess, actually. However, this is a jury thing this year, the street magicians, and there have been quite a few. I guess it started this morning at about 10 o'clock. I think they go until 5, and so I'm going to catch one here in a minute, but I'm with a couple of my friends to begin with. Many of you heard in previous episodes. Tiffany, Wild.
Hey, Scott.
Alan.
Wild Alan, whatever my name is.
That's right. And, of course, the other half, this guy, Boris Wild. Hey, Boris.
Hey, Scott.
You didn't have too far to go. Did you guys drive?
No, we took the train.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Yeah, I have a couple of friends that are Italian, and they all told me, no, take the train. I was like, all right. And honestly, it was so easy getting here by train.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Straight to Torino?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, about 5 hours straight from Paris to Turin. And that's it. Here we are. Easy.
So, in talking about the street magic, it's the first year they have had street magic as a category.
Yep.
And you've been a juror on the jury for years. How did this come about?
I'm not too sure about how it come about, but I knew that FISM wanted to evolve and create new ways to recognize magician, and especially magician doing other things that the categories we've been knowing, on stage and close up for a long time. So this year they decided to do online magic competition with a specific jury and also street magic. And that's why they're doing it here over the weekend before the convention. So to make sure that the performers are in front of actual lay people
Real
during
people.
the weekend and they can, perform the way they would perform in the street, still with, of course, a specific jury of course.
Under whatever the weather conditions are, whether it's hot or rainy or sunny or whatever. Yeah, exactly. A lot of times when I've seen street performer contests, they have been judged by their hat, how much that they make. In this case, they're going to be, the jury is going to be the registrants. How do we vote, or do you you're on the jury? So
I'm not on the jury here.
You're not, okay.
No, this year I'm just completely free from any obligation. I just have a meeting tomorrow because I'm an official judge at FISM, but it's just like, again, just so we can all talk about, what is our duty and how we can make it evolve maybe in the future with that kind of new ways to recognize magicians and especially street magic. Yeah. So that's going to be a little different here. They are going to have a specific way to judge. It's not going to be based on the money that they get or anything. I think it's more about how they handle the crowd, because it's not like 10 minutes like we all have on stage or in close-up here. They have 20 minutes.
Okay.
But they only start to count the 20 minutes from the moment they have the crowd gathered,
But are they being judged by judges, or are they judged by the public? In other words, are we as registrants casting votes?
There are specific judges for the street magic.
Okay, so we don't need to, they're not going to hand us a card or something to put in okay.
Yeah, no. It's basically like what you would see in close-up or stage in the theater. But how here it's just like, of course, you cannot do that in front of magicians. Right. Street magic would not make any sense. It's like doing kids magic for magicians. But here they need to have actual people that react and that just participate the way they would do in the magic. And I think the judges will appreciate just the fact that they can handle a crowd, they can gather people, they can, I'm sure they're going to look also at, if people stay there the entire time or if they leave because maybe someone may get bored or, So I think that's a very interesting way to, you
got to factor in the weather too. I mean, some people might stick around even though it's raining and think these people must be really good or dedicated or crazy if you're sticking around throughout the rain.
We just had a little thin rain here, so hopefully it will stop. But our next contestant is Felice, and Felice Ling, and she can get the people around her for 20 minutes, even if it's raining a little bit. I guess the judges will appreciate that and be like, okay, well, she knows what she's doing, and Felice knows what she's doing.
Where is Felice from?
She's from Boston.
She's more Boston.
Yeah, Boston area. She runs the Boston Magic Lab.
Okay.
Yeah, and she just
so she's representing the U.S. in the street magic.
Yeah, she is, and she's fantastic. I've gotten to work with her a couple times, and I talked to her right before. She's like, "Oh, this isn't my creative stuff. This is my lay people stuff." And I was like, "Good, I haven't gotten to see that." So I'm stoked. I'm so excited. She's phenomenal.
How many of these FISMs have you been to?
This is my second one.
Okay, the Quebec was first, I guess.
Quebec was first. This is my second. So, yeah.
Well, you're in for a real treat.
I know. I'm so excited. I haven't been to Italy since I was 18, so that's been an eternity ago.
What is it about this particular one that you're looking forward to? I mean, if you've looked at the program and you see the competitors and all the contests, but also as far as the evening galas, is there somebody that you want to see that you haven't seen before, or you're anxious, or just let the experience wash over you? Or
No, I love going to all the contests. I've always really enjoyed the contests, and the last one that I went to in Quebec was just amazing, seeing that level of magic. And Boris told me beforehand too, you're not going to understand the level until you see it, and he was right. I truly believe people should come to at least one FISM and see the other acts and the caliber before they submit to compete at FISM, because it's just
a different level. It's hard to explain until you actually see it.
Exactly.
Because Americans we think we're the best and we're really good. And we come over here, it's like, oh.
It's like, oh, we suck.
Yeah, we suck.
On that note, we had an American, Eric Tate last year, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so, but
it's a rarity.
It is a
when
rarity.
You got somebody like that. I mean, typically it's people like Boris, who will be placing the contest. Yeah, the Frenchy guys, the foreigners.
Yeah, those guys. But I'm excited for that. And also this year I work as an English consultant for Magic Dream. They're one of the dealers. So it's going to be fun doing stuff for them. So I kind of have to have my camera out at all times to try and do stuff for the Instagram page and all that. So it'll be fun. Boris is like, oh, I'm a tourist. I'm like, I kind of am, but I'm also not.
Working? Yeah.
It's somehow in between, but I'm good with it.
Well, the crowd is starting to gather, and looks like we've got, it's 2 minutes after 4. Should be starting any moment here. Boris, Tiffany, thank you guys very much.
Thank you, Scott. It was a pleasure to talk with you.
My pleasure. You guys are my best friends. Love you. See you soon. So for the Magic Word Podcast, that was Tiffany and Boris Wild. Got out. Well, we just saw the Street Magician show with Felice.
Just Felice
from Baltimore, Boston. Boy, I'm getting this all messed up. That's right. But I know Joey Cranford, and you should too. He's here with me now from the Chicago Magic Lounge. Hello, Joey.
Hello, Scott. Good to see you. Good to be in Italy.
Yes. Hey, how long have you been here?
Mentally, 1 day. Physically, 2 days.
Still getting over a little bit of jet lag already?
No, we actually came in last night. We pushed on all the way till about 3:30 in the afternoon, slept until 9:30.
Yeah.
And then I woke up, grabbed a bottle of wine, some meats and cheeses, and went to bed again at midnight and refreshed at 6 a.m.
Now, did you go to Quebec the last time?
I did.
Is that why you're here at this one?
Well, Quebec inspired me to do something that I thought was pretty important, and that's to support FISM in any way I can as co-owner of the Chicago Magic Lounge and the founder of the new Chicago Magic Roundtable. So I was so inspired. How can I contribute to the world of magic outside of my four walls? So I met the board of FISM North America, the president, and we got to talking about how I could take the roundtable into FISM North America. And I spent that whole year working to get the roundtable accredited as a FISM member organization. And
as
so
a voting
now,
member.
yes, so now I am here as an official delegate, as the president of a member society, and I get to vote on bringing it back to Quebec.
Wow. Okay.
It's been a really wild ride since the last FISM. So over the last 3 years, it's just being present with the FISM North America board and working very close with everybody there. And so yeah, it's been a great last 3 years. And so now I'm here officially as part of FISM.
And that was your first FISM
in
Quebec. And so, and so you're excited. It's obviously he's not going to be your last. And so you're going to continue, particularly as a voting member now.
Well, now that this is a business expense, yes, I will be traveling more to FISM.
I like your thinking. Exactly. So next year they're talking about Quebec. I know there's another city that's going to be competing.
Yes, in Korea. Busan,
South Korea.
Yeah. Now, we did find out that Chicago flies direct to Korea as to Seoul, and then we could travel by train to Busan. So either way, it's a win. Yeah, if I have to go, to Korea, would love to.
Yeah. Well, it'd be nice to have it back in Quebec, I think, as well. Back in North America.
And the people that put that on, they did such a great job. But again, so many challenges given the world state of just coming out of the global pandemic. And I got COVID at that FISM.
Did you?
I did. I had to stay in my hotel for about 4 to 5 extra days after FISM was over, enjoying the delivery side of Quebec. Quebec's cuisine.
Okay. Yes. Different perspective.
It is completely.
Yeah. That you really don't want to have to do here in Turin.
Right.
Are you going to stick around for a while afterwards? Or
we are. We're going to stick around. My wife is joining me here, and we are going to kind of disappear into the Piedmont wine country. I know you'd love where we're going.
We just came from Verola.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we're going to be in the Langhe region, and we're going to be staying on a vineyard and just drinking a lot of wine. And
that's right.
It's going to be great.
You're in the right place.
Yes.
Yeah. It is very nice. Yeah, we're going from here to Tuscany, so we're going to be trying a little bit of Tuscany wine.
Yes, the Sangiovese, the Chianti, steak Florentine. If you haven't had it, remember these words: steak Florentine.
Steak Florentine.
Yes.
I'll remember that.
It's basically the largest T-bone steak you're ever going to have, and it's the rarest you're ever going to eat. But it is the best steak you'll ever have in your life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Steak Florentine. Got it. And are there any other travels you've got for this year as far as convention-wise?
Convention, yep. We're going to Magic Live right after this. So we're very excited for that.
You're going to Colin, I guess. Are you going to be going to Abbott's or not?
Not Abbott's, no. Okay. Just, taking a little break and then getting over to Magic Live.
Okay. And with this convention, were there any other people from the Chicago Magic Lounge, I should say, who are members of the Roundtable, who are competing here?
No. We're such a new member organization that it's been about 2 years of me trying to tell people about the competition, how to compete. And by the time I was already voted in and was ready to lead, they were already about 2 steps behind and getting ready for qualifications. But there are several people that have told me kind of in private that they would really like to get to this level and really want to compete. But my crew is mostly working professionally, so It's hard for them to tear away. I'm
always telling people that they should come to at least one FISM before you compete. because, well, I say compete. First of all, you're going to have to win at the national level or on the continental level, different places before you win the preliminaries before you get here. And the quality of competition is so much different here than any place else.
It is.
So,
it is. And even if you qualify in the American level, or you just see an American FISM, it's
not the same.
Because that act will continue to evolve over the next year or so.
Sure.
And but what's happening in Asia and Europe, boy, these guys are.
Well, their governments also support them and recognize magic as an art.
Yes.
And so they fund them with grants, whereas
it's like going to like a post-grad for magic.
Exactly.
It's incredible.
Exactly, yeah. The way that and also the audiences turn out and they understand, appreciate magic from the standpoint that they just don't think about, okay, well, oh, that's cute. I've had a birthday party. I saw a magician on a cruise ship or something, and that's been about, or maybe to Las Vegas, or maybe the Chicago Magic Lounge.
I think the best role model for someone in our world, in the Chicago professional scene, is someone like Eric Tate, to see what he was able to do and how he was able to use Chicago Magic Lounge, the Magic Castle, and all of his other
to hone his act.
To hone it in front of laymen as well. Because I think magicians get this sense that to compete in FISM, it's got to be for magicians only, and I disagree with that. I even was talking to a gentleman I met earlier today from Germany, and he says, that these FISM acts are not for laymen, they are for magicians only, because laymen don't understand how hard it is to perform what they're doing. And I firmly disagree with that. I mean, I don't think the methods behind it should impact the enjoyment level and the entertainment level. I think just really good magic, really good shows, a quality of show, will win at FISM.
Yeah, a good show's a good show.
Yeah. I mean, hide the technique all you want, but you definitely want to show them that you're knuckle busting.
So next time people who are listening are in Chicago, go to the Chicago Magic Lounge and then go to ChicagoMagicLounge.com.
That's it.
To get more information, to go get your tickets. It's a great time, great place, great magicians, and they've got not just a stage show, but they got the 520...
The 654 Club. Just right down the block.
Seeing some of the finest close-up. Joey, always good talking to you.
Really good to see you.
So for
Welcome to Italy.
Thank you. I'm Buenos Aires. That was Joey Cranford from the Chicago Magic Lounge. That was it. Scotty out. Well, we've been talking about the street magician, and so now that the show is over and people have dissipated and she's collected her money, the lady we've been watching, the star of the hour is Felice, the street magician. Hello, Felice. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Great, and you're from Boston.
Yes.
And have come out. I can tell by your Boston accent.
Oh, no, I grew up in the Philly area.
Did you? Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, well, it's a Philly accent.
Maybe.
All right. So this is, you said, your first time to Italy.
Yes.
And how are you enjoying it so far?
It's great. It's great.
Did you go to the Quebec convention?
I did.
Okay.
I just went to watch.
And is that what inspired you to come to this one?
No, I wasn't going to come. And then I heard about the street performing competition, and it's a thing I've done for a long time. So why not just do what I normally do here?
And you said you were a school teacher before.
For like a very short time.
And then you decided, enough of that, I'm going to be a street magician.
That's actually how I first started. I was teaching first grade. I lost my job, and I was in Memphis, Tennessee, and I decided to give street performing a try right then. It's not what I do full time, but it is. Yeah. It is a thing that I do.
Supplement your income with that, I guess. And so you work around the Boston area all the time?
Mostly at the Faneuil Hall and Harvard Square.
Have you performed in other contests at the Buskers place? I mean, I know they have Buskers conventions or. Not conventions, but they've had contests, I guess, in Canada and other places.
This is my first competition.
Okay.
I've been to festivals where you perform for the lay public, but I've never competed against other performers before.
And did you have to send in a video in order to compete here?
Yes.
How's if one wanted to do that, what could they have done to be where you are today?
Yeah, so it was really hard because normally when I do a street show, I don't have any video or recording. No one's there. It's just me doing a show. So when I heard about this, I tried to get out and do a street show, but it was just starting to get warm, and I had a friend come and record me, but because it was just starting to get warm and there weren't really that many people out there, it was like a pretty pathetic video, and I was surprised I get in, but I'm really glad that I did.
I'm glad you're here then too. How many people actually are competing?
I know a bunch of the people here from the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, which is in Scotland every year in August. And there's great street performers there. It's definitely worth going to just to see what's out there.
I would love to go to the Fringe Festival sometime. I heard that's just completely crazy off the hook and really busy and full of people.
Yeah, definitely.
And you performed there, or you just go to what?
I went there to perform. I performed there 2 different seasons. This was, I think the first time I went there was like in 2017. So it's been a while since.
How did you find a spot? It seems like the hardest thing, as I understand, is having a venue or a place to stand.
So there's different ways. People who book a venue, that's a different process, and I've never gone through that process. Okay. But for street performing, it's not as hard.
Stand in the street and do it.
No, there are specific spots. There's an organization that runs it.
So you have to ask for a time spot, basically?
Every morning we do something called a draw, where all the street performers come together. You put your name in a hat. When your hat comes out, you pick your spot.
Okay. And you may or may not get drawn for the day.
Sometimes, yeah.
Well, that's interesting. Okay. Well, good job today. Congratulations on getting here, and good luck.
Thank you.
And so with the Magic Word Podcast, that was Felice. Scotty out.
Yeah.
So let me add an addendum to what we just talked about there with Felice. And that was with Nancy Anderson. Fancy Nancy. Hey, Nancy.
Hey, Scott.
So getting over here.
Yeah. Oh,
it was a bit of a...
day number 1, right?
Yeah.
So
zero. This is zero.
This is zero because today is just a registration day, but it's so lovely to meet so many magicians from all over the world. And so I took the challenge of decided to go and catch a train, and I convinced Scott to come with me. And then we had 4 other magicians joining us.
From Czechoslovakia.
And it was kind of a walk. I mean, more than 10,000 steps, would you say?
It was about 2 miles.
There you go. And once we got here, oh my goodness, the emotion about magic is all over the plaza. And we got a chance to witness many people watching Felice. It was so fun.
It was fun also. One of the things that she said, if you're a magician, I want everyone to applaud. And they did. Anybody who's not a magician applaud, and like 4 people, and there must have been 100 people in the audience.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It was so funny.
Very, very fun. But thank you so much, Scott. This was fun.
Well, thanks for dragging me here. I wanted to see this anyhow. I just didn't know it's going to be this far.
It's lovely.
But now I've got my steps for the day. But I'll just head back.
There we are.
That was Nancy Anderson. Got it out.
Thanks.
Well, I want to talk with a few of the competitors, and I've spoken with some people here already, as you've heard. And now I'm with someone else that's actually representing North America, and that is Alex Ramon. Hello, Alex. And MJ, the dog.
Yeah, MJ's right here. I don't know if he's going to say anything on the microphone, but...
Along with your dad, Marco. It's so good to see you, Marco.
Yeah, thank you very much. Glad to be here.
Have you ever been to FISM before at all?
I have never been. I go where he goes.
Okay.
This is my first FISM, too. I've never been to a FISM. And so...
Well, you weren't in Quebec last year.
I wasn't there. I've always wanted to as a kid, getting into magic, always wanted to go FISM, read about it, heard about it, know about it. But this was an opportunity for me to not just attend, but get the full experience by competing. So we're competing, representing the USA, and in the illusion category.
Yeah, because last year when we were at Magic Texas is when that you had made the competition. You had made the cut for the competition.
That's right. So we won the North American Championships with the Dog Park Illusion with MJ, and so we're going to do the same thing. We're competing with the same illusion here and seeing how we do. But I was just telling my dad last night when we were teching, and to see all these different magicians from around the world putting up their acts, setting it, teching it, I really had this amazing kind of feeling that what an honor and how cool is it to be around all these magicians all over the world that are showcasing their greatest magic for their peers, and kind of show the world, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm up to. And to be a part of that is really, really cool, because then everybody gets to see what you're up to.
It really is the best of the best. I mean, when they talk about the Olympics of magic, it's really not an exaggeration.
Not at all. Yeah. And you see, and then of course the names just that are performing, but also you just see walking around are the who's who in magic. It's like, oh, that guy was FISM championship. Oh, that guy was Grand Prix. That guy, all these guys. And you're just like, wow, they're all here.
That's right. Well, and then in the future, you'll be coming back, and they'll be saying, "Here's that guy. Here's the Grand Prix winner."
No, they'll just go. No, they'll go.
Are you nervous a little bit at all?
Not at all. But they'll go, where's the dog? Yeah, that's all they say. I would say this, that I haven't really been nervous for a performance in, I don't even know how long since I was nervous for a performance.
I'll tell you when. It was when you were doing the cold shock. You were jumping in the water.
Cold shock. Yeah. Okay. 5 years ago. Cold shock. I was not. Yeah, I'll never do that again. The thing is that with this, it's something that I do every day. It's in my show nightly. So it's not like I hope everything, I'm not rehearsed. I've done this 1,000 times in front of a real live audience. And this is just another one. This audience just happens to be a lot of magicians that, again, it's my time to show them what I've been working on, what I've been doing. So, I'm excited about it. Really. It's just something that it's an honor to be here and represent the United States. It's an honor to be counted among some of the best in the world to compete and be here at FISM.
And what day are you going to be competing?
I'm on the last day. I'm competing on Friday.
Okay.
And then
that's Grand Illusion. Is that what it's considered? Grand Illusion or what category?
Well, actually, I'm in the stage illusion category, but what happens is they spread out the competitors.
Oh.
So it's not just here are all the illusionists in a row, here are all the manip acts in a row, here's general magic in a row. There's general category manip illusions throughout the 5-day conference. I think it's just for that way it has some variety. It's not just the same manip acts that you're seeing back to back to back to back.
Oh, that's good.
I think it's variety for the actual sake of the performance.
For the performance, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it's not just the same thing. So I'm not sure if I'm the last illusion competitor. I'm illusion competitor certainly on the last day, but I would assume there's other illusion competitors throughout that day as well.
Marco, I know that you got to be super proud of your son. You say you travel with him and go around and everything. He's going, guys, with Disney and everything else that you've seen him accomplish throughout his life. You've got to be pretty super proud.
I am. And I think probably the idea is sharing this time with him.
Yeah, father-son. Experience you could have.
When he says, I've been here, I've done this, I have memories of that also.
Yeah, because you're there side by side.
Yeah, and I like that very much. I think that's very important.
Yeah.
And I feel like his good luck piece. So now I know he's going to do very well because I'm here.
Well, you know what? The thing that my dad always told me, even from when I started competing when I was a teenager, is that he always told me, he goes, Alex, you have to continue to compete. You have to continue to compete. And the reason is because it'll keep you sharp. It'll keep you sharp. And then that way you can be considered and contend with some of the world's best. And if you don't compete, you're never going to be as sharp as the guys who are competing. And I think that was really good advice. And this was a time in my career, in my life that I said, you know what, I'm going to go after it now. And it became the journey that started, a year and a half, 2 years ago when I decided to compete at IBM at the North American Championships and now here at Worlds. So
did you think about this when you were doing Penn and Teller and doing it at the time, or was it after you had done that you just said, hey, I think I'll
really
put it on a world stage?
Yeah, really. The reason why I did Penn and Teller Fool Us with the Dog Park Illusion was because I wanted a good video, whether I won it or not. I wanted a good video to present to NBA halftime shows.
Oh, sure.
Because it's an act that can be extended for about 6 to 8 minutes. It could be done surrounded. It was big. It had the dog. I just thought it would be interesting. And I was like, man, if I did it on Penn and Teller, it doesn't matter if I win. It'll be on TV. And then I could send that demo to them.
How'd that work out for you?
I ended up winning, but I never did an NBA halftime show with it. But the thing is that then after that, I realized, well, FISM's coming up. MJ's getting older. And if you wait every 3 years, he'll be 10, 11 years old in the next World Championships. That might be a little too old to fly across the world, to have him jump and do all these things. So this became the last big opportunity to let MJ do his best and see if this is the last big hurrah for him. He's done a lot of stuff, and now he's here in Italy to do his best.
I've had Banachek on as, of course, my business partner, but on several of the episodes. But I'd probably say you have eclipsed that. I think I've had Alex Ramon on more episodes than anybody else. So if you haven't heard them all, then Marco, you need to go back.
Yeah, man, we've done conversation. That's only because we have to split mine in 2 episodes because I'm long-winded.
Oh, you are long-winded. Yeah. So that was him. So the Magic Word Podcast, Alex Ramon and Marco. Scotty out.
That was the.
So we just finished with the lecture that was by Richard Wiseman, which was fantastic. And I've got a few guys here to talk about it who happened to see it. And Shep Hyken. Hey, Shep.
How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
You're looking good.
And not too bad yourself.
Thank you.
You're looking pretty good then, too. And Jonathan Levit. Hey, Jonathan.
Hello.
Always good to spend time with you.
Great to see you.
As well as with my friend Seth Kramer. Hey, Seth.
Good to see you, Scott.
And Al Garber. Hey, Al.
Hello, how are you?
And we spoke last year when we were in Quebec, and whenever I'd done a sit down then with you, it came to the room.
Yesterday.
It does seem like yesterday. Boy, time just flies. I feel like I was eating Chinese with you when we were in LA. We
oh
just
my
kind
gosh.
of sat and had
Wow.
Yeah.
The time is flying. Yeah.
Yeah, it really does. So what do you guys think of so far? You didn't get to see the first one this morning with C. Valentine and Chris Philpott, which was, by the way, about acting. It was kind of tag team back and forth. It was an actor's workshop rather than a trick workshop. Whereas we just saw one with Richard Wiseman. Who wants to go first? Want to say something?
Well, I mean, he's the most creative person on the planet. So it was so fun to see him. He's a delight and everything is visual and fun. Great way to start FISM for us.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah. And the videos that he showed and everything, and then shows that,
it really changes the way that you think creatively.
Yeah. Shep?
What Jonathan said. No, seriously, you look.
That's why you weren't lecturing. You're not creating. You just kind of say parrot, whatever.
No, I realize, you choose your words wisely, and it's not necessary to repeat the same thing. But, as much fun as it is, what a great way to trick our minds and train our minds at the same time.
Trick and train. Yeah, that's true. Seth, what are you looking forward to seeing here at the convention this year?
Yeah, this is just the beginning. Richard Wiseman was a great start for me. I didn't see the earlier one with Chris and Steve, but this is a really great start. But I'm looking forward to just everything. Seeing my friends is always the most important part. But there's some great highlights. Luke Germain's coming up at some point. But really, the focus for me is going to be the competitions, the stage and the close-up competition.
One of the things right now, of course, that they do is they have a lot of conflicting things. Like this morning with the C. Valentine and Chris Philpott, also there was Helga Thum.
At least 3 things going on at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm so confused.
Yeah. How do you choose, Al, which one you're going to go?
Oh, my goodness. Well, hanging out with these guys helps a lot.
You follow them. Huh?
I follow them, but also I throw my 2 cents into what I really want to see. And the competition I love because I see things I never see anywhere else. This is my second FISM,
right?
And I think I'm going to keep it up.
Not going to miss another one as long as you live, huh?
Well, I hope not.
Yeah.
I hope not.
I think it's a great time. I think you put your finger on it then too, Seth, as far as friendship and seeing a lot of people who come here from all around the world that you only see every 3 years. I mean, they might go to Magic Live or some other conventions, but there's not as many people from other foreign countries. I say Europe. In Asia, exactly.
I'll never miss another.
My highlight is to make friends with people like you. So when I come to Houston, I have somebody to hang out with and have dinner with.
Yeah.
But think about it. We just talked about what was one of our favorite conventions of all time.
Cuba. Oh, my God.
How much fun was Cuba?
It gives me goosebumps thinking about it.
When will we ever do that again?
Never.
My goal that entire trip, how long? It was like the longest convention. Like this. It wasn't quite as long as a FISM. It was
so
like 5
back.
days. Every meal, I wanted to have lobster just to see if I could. And I did. And you and I shared those lobsters together.
That's right. We had lobster and cigars. We had cigars before and after. They were hand-rolled
and
there
rum.
in Havana.
And rum.
That's right. Mojitos.
You're giving me FOMO here.
Let me tell you, I don't know how he did it. We went to the finest restaurants every night with magicians.
And it was all included with your registration.
Right. And they would put us in a bus, luxury bus, take us, and what was the price of that whole convention?
I think it was like $600.
Maybe. And I showed up early, took my daughter to one of the restaurants we went to, and our bill for that night for the 2 of us was almost the price of the whole convention. And we did that every single night.
Okay. Yeah. When are they doing the next one?
I know. I asked them.
Matt King and Eric Mead and Mike Caveney and Tina Leonard and Ossie Wind.
Stetson put it on, didn't they?
And John Rose.
Yeah,
that's
John
right,
Rose.
That's right.
John Stetson. It was a fantastic convention.
I have pictures of that chandelier made out of snorkels. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, it was just an incredible.
Every place I went, people kept wanting to take pictures of me, thinking I looked like Papa Hemingway. So
did you go to the bar?
I went to the bar, the Mojito bar, and I had a lot of people. I went to his home and people.
Autograph.
There are a bunch of Asians over there saying, Papa.
Just say he's my brother from another mother. Or something.
But we're here in Italy, and have you guys come early, or are you staying late, or?
And yesterday, I'm exhausted already.
Yeah.
Still tired.
Not getting much sleep.
Still have to catch up. Jet lag is.
Our dinner last night was fantastic. The nap we just had was wonderful. That's the problem. You love this stuff, but if you stay up late at night, as soon as they turn those lights down, it's
maybe they should have held it in Napoli.
Ooh.
Then we could have taken naps whenever we wanted.
There you go.
I'm sorry.
You were waiting.
Yeah, that's a reach over there then for that.
So it's going to be great. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the contest and everything then too. Good seeing you guys. Thank you very much for your time. Have a great FISM. And until later, Scotty out.
Thanks, Brad.
Before the Luke Germain lecture begins, of course, we run into so many different people. Right now, speaking with someone who is from the mystery school and was a friend of Eugene Berger's and had recently completed another book. He's doing this all the time. Please welcome Larry Haas. Hey, Larry.
Hi, Scott. It's so great to be here with you at FISM in this incredible auditorium.
This is an incredible venue for this, isn't it? I mean, I wasn't expecting it to be quite like this with all of these, what would you call these seats?
They're like mezzanine seats or box seats.
Box seats, that's what I'm trying to say, that are surrounding the hall. It's amazing. But yes, this whole thing is just really great. Now, you were in Quebec then last year.
Yes.
And as I recall, were you in Rimini when it seems like that Jeff had a miniature mystery school, didn't he?
The miniature mystery school was in Quebec.
It was, okay.
And Jeff and I and a couple of other team members, we ran 30 hours of magic education and programming in one of the rooms there. They made a space for us. And we were working the whole time. And so I'm back this year to be able to enjoy FISM and play. So.
Yeah. And so you have no responsibilities other than just enjoying yourself.
Just having a great time. And I'm glad to see you, to congratulate you on being a finalist for one of the awards here.
Thank you. Well, I hope I win. Fingers crossed. You know, right now I'm nominated.
Yeah.
But we shall see.
Well, it's great to be with you. And hello to all of your listeners of your tremendous podcast.
Well, it's getting pretty loud here now. I guess I'm getting ready to start the lecture. Real quick, what's your latest book? Or what are you working on?
I'm working on a major legacy book about Ross Johnson, the great mentalist from Chicago. Yep. Ross and I have been working on it about 5 years, and I just finished the manuscript before I got here, and I expect it to be out in February.
Now, Ross has got to be in his 80s by now.
Ross is turning 80 in about a month.
Okay.
And he's been actively involved in this project. As your listeners might know, Ross hasn't shared his secrets.
No,
he kept them totally...
He hasn't been like Bob Cassidy that writes the books and all that. Yeah, exactly.
Right. No, Ross has avoided sharing the secrets.
He's almost kind of an underground guy. He lets you know him, you know.
That's exactly right. But about 4 years ago, he made the decision, you know what, I'm ready to share these secrets. And I can tell you all, having finished this, they're incredible. Ross has methods that no one else is using, and I can't wait for magicians and mentalists to be able to learn.
So the obvious question is, how soon? Will we talking about like a Christmas release for next year?
No, February of 2026 is the target.
Okay.
So it'll be quite soon.
Not Hermetic Press. What is it?
Theory and Art of Magic Press, and the title of it is, we just finished the title, The Ross Johnson Legacy, Hard-Hitting Mentalism. There you go.
Sounds great.
You got the scoop.
That's right. Thank you very much. It's over the Magic Word Podcast. We're getting ready to start the Luke. We're speaking of mentalists right now. That's what he's going to be talking about. That was Larry Haas and Scotty out.
Thank you.
We have just finished the stage contests over in the main tent. I might add that this is mainly taking place in the conference center here in Torino, and it's a wonderful facility they've got, and it's all compact. The theaters are large, good seating, good angles, and I'm very impressed with the building itself, and also I haven't been around the dealer's room other than just a little bit yesterday before they started putting everything in there, but it seemed to have a pretty good flow. I'm anxious to take a look through it later, but then outside they've got just a big tent. Now, I went to Oktoberfest in Munich last year, and this is the kind of tent they have. It's hard to explain for Americans of thinking about a tent. It's really more of a building inside, and it was all air conditioned. But as you know, about this time of the convention, it's time for us to go with the guy who gives me all the color for what's been happening, and that's Marc DeSouza from the House of Magic. Here he is right now. Hey there, Marc.
Scotty. How you doing?
Fantastic. Now
Good to be with you again.
Yes, and all of the listeners have been waiting for you.
Oh, my gosh.
So I have a lot of people saying, in fact, I just ran into a gentleman earlier who had said he was so impressed with the reporting that we had done from previous FISMs. I really like what Marc has to say and the way you guys are kind of
interact back and forth and talk about that. I felt like I was there, and I don't want to miss it. So I'm coming this year.
Great.
So,
that sounds fabulous.
Yeah.
Sounds fabulous.
So we've seen a lot so far. Now, you came early or just get here?
So we got into Milan yesterday about 11:30, got a driver, took us down here, checked in our hotel, came over, we got registered.
Mike Miller?
No, my wife Willa and I.
Oh.
Yeah, Mike he came on Wednesday or Thursday because he's part of the crew, the stage crew for the close-up competition. So he was here prepping stuff and doing tech. So he's been here for a few days.
Okay.
Yeah. But I came over this morning, saw the Helga Thun lecture, which is the lecture I really wanted to see for the whole convention, and he led off. Great lecture. One trick.
And it was something he's releasing this convention.
It's a principle he's releasing that has to do with creating signed duplicate cards. And it is simple and brilliant. Mm-hmm. Absolutely brilliant. So there's one trick he does that's kind of a prelude to the second trick he does. And it's phenomenal. And he has pre-release copies. The book is going to be released by Vanishing Ink in October, but he had a bunch of pre-release copies here. So I want to make sure I got one of those.
I got the email on that saying, you're invited to attend, and I was planning on doing that, but there were other events that were going opposite of that.
Always multiple events going on.
So I was hoping he was going to be doing that again.
I'm not sure if Helga's lecturing again.
I don't think he is after I looked at the program.
So which one did you do?
I went to first thing this morning to see Steve Valentine and Chris Philpott. And after I got into it, I realized I've seen this one before. I've seen them do this lecture. Basically, it's a really good one on acting. The two of them going back and forth, and they have some videos, Tom Hanks and Ned Benning and other people talking about acting and the importance of the magician playing the part of an actor.
Chris is a screenwriter.
Correct. A producer and screenwriter.
And Steve's
an actor, of course. Yeah. And then after that, I went to see the other, Richard Wiseman, and he's the one that I hang on every word. I mean, like you do with Helga. I was looking forward to seeing Richard Wiseman. I just love the gentleman. He's a great psychologist, and I listened to every episode of his podcast and read his books, and I just thought he was tremendous. And then following that, in that same theater, then was, which was one of the larger of the venues here, was Luc Germain, who was talking about mentalism. And tomorrow he's going to talk about magic, I understand.
Exactly. And instead of Richard this morning, I saw Hector Mancha, who did a great lecture. Great lecture.
You're making me feel bad.
But if he's lecturing again during the convention, that's one that's definitely worth seeing. Pardon me. He did 6-card repeat. Great handling of 6-card repeat. Great presentation. He did a rote trick with a knot that since he's had a child, he said he's been creating magic for his child. So he's doing a lot of kid show stuff now. And he said he's learned so much. Egg bag. He had a great bit on the egg bag where the egg vanishes from his pocket while the spectator is holding it through his pocket. I mean, it's just great stuff. Great stuff.
And then Armando Lucero is doing his one-man show.
Right, which we have res to see on Saturday. Armando, when I was 20 years old, I took lessons from Slidini. I haven't taken lessons from any magician since then. Except for Armando. And I took lessons from Armando for about 8 months online. Mm-hmm. And he's just phenomenal.
He's one of my favorites. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And he's doing so many back to back to back. In fact, I think
he's performing like 9 shows a day every day.
Yes.
It's crazy. They're 30-minute shows, and there's only 25 people per show.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to reserve your tickets in advance. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, the ticket I had reserved, unfortunately, ran contrary to the stage show. I don't know what I was thinking.
We'll get another one.
I'm going to have to do that because I do not want to miss Armando. I worked with him at the castle one year. I was doing early, he was doing late, and I stayed to watch his show. It was just absolutely amazing. Well,
and I saw Luke also, and I had read the notes for the lecture, basically reincarnation.
Well, he was sending a PDF out to everyone.
It went out. Yeah, it went out months ago. So, so I was happy to see that. And then we were both in the stage comp. So we missed David Stone, Alain Choquette, Danny Garcia. Who else did we miss? Marco Zoppe. Miguel Munoz is doing a solo show as we record this right now. And then later tonight will be the opening ceremony. And then the gala tonight is all former Grand Prix winners. So we can talk about that tomorrow, but that's going to be a good one.
And then don't forget the spaghetti party at 12:30.
Yes, which, there's nothing I like better doing at 12:30 at night than eating spaghetti. It'll have to happen while I'm sleeping, though, I think. I don't think
I've got to put
this
this podcast together sometime then, too.
Yeah.
So we had 16 different stage competitors today.
Correct.
Covering general magic, mentalism, invention, comedy, and what am I leaving out?
General magic, manipulation, illusion, mental magic, and invention. Those were, I think those were all the categories today. Comedy. We said comedy.
I did say comedy.
Okay. I think we hit them all.
Yeah, and it'll continue then tomorrow.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we'll have like 3 days of stage, and then we'll have a couple of days of close up.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so here we go.
So, led off with a young man named Pedro Toledo. And it was an act with white cards, changing the confetti back and forth, and billiard ball manipulation. It was very dark. It was way too dark. It was far darker than it needed to be, even though he was using BA.
Yeah.
You don't need to light it that dark. So I don't know. I don't know this choice. It was fair. It was fair. It set the tone.
It was a good start, wasn't it?
Exactly.
Okay.
It set the level. Set the level. He was followed by a young man named Edward. Did an act with light beams and then pieces of mirror. When he started, I'm like, boy, this seems like real close to Jason Latimer. Yeah. So I don't know if he's ever seen Jason Latimer.
I mean, I know how mirrors work. I mean,
So, but to be fair, he did very different stuff than Jason did, but just the concept. It was mirrors, piece of mirror that combined into
smoke that was going up, so you could see the light.
So you could see the light. And it was what a white light as opposed to Jason's, which is green, green laser.
Yeah.
But mirrors, lots of stuff with mirrors. But then the mirrors started morphing into a feather and other objects morphing into one another. He ends up with a piece of paper that becomes an envelope and the picture of a baby in there. And I'm guessing that was a storyline he was trying to create.
You're exactly right. I think he was trying to bring in a storyline and bring in some sympathy and kind of an emotional hook.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, why just do that in? It didn't seem...
Exactly. The next bit with producing a white silk out of the light that literally seemed to be growing out of the light. That was a high point of the act. He had a lot of very visual stuff, some very original ideas, but all in all, again, it was better than the first act.
I might want to say then also, because we didn't mention that, is the monitors. They had these large screen monitors. Where you were sitting, you were closer to the stage, and I was trying to sit further back just to kind of get the feel of what it's like for everybody else who is having to watch it, because you can't see anything on the stage.
So even where we were sitting, you still needed to watch the monitors for a lot of stuff.
About that.
Yeah. A lot of this magic is just way too small scale for this big a crowd. So the monitors are an absolute must. And they kept changing the camera angles. Fortunately, sometimes you have a medium shot, sometimes you had a close-up shot.
Right.
So it was a nice variety there.
Well,
and the camera work generally was very good.
I thought the camera work in general for the whole conference has been outstanding. Everything that I've seen so far, that's for sure. And that's one of the things that's a complaint sometimes at conventions. You just have one camera shot, and it is the same size as if you're looking at the stage.
Exactly.
So why even have a monitor?
Exactly. Pointless.
Yeah.
Absolutely pointless.
So I'm sorry, go on.
They're doing a great job here.
Yeah, they are.
No, they really are. Next competitor, Alain Garand, mentalism. This was our first mental performer. It was an odd sort of act. He had this large backdrop of numbers and letters that had nothing to do with the act. He didn't use it in the act. It was just a backdrop. But it set kind of the tone for this large book, an 800-page book that was all it was letters and numbers throughout this entire book.
It looked like a big, giant phone book or something.
Exactly.
Else,
Exactly. But these were words and numbers, things that had meaning, but not set out as words. It was grids of letters and numbers. I thought it was going
to end up with something where, those kinds of puzzles that you see in the newspaper.
So, you circle the word.
Correct.
Yeah.
You go upside down or diagonal.
In essence, that's what he did. But he didn't circle them.
Yeah.
You had So he would have somebody think of their birthday to write down their birthday, and he would tell them a page to go to,
right,
and go down to a certain column, a certain line, and then read down or read across, and that spelled out, or the numbers were there of the birth date, the star sign, which was Scorpio, a word that was thought of, and that was the whole act, was just go to this page, read that. So, interesting idea and pretty technical, I think.
Yeah.
Though he tried to make it look non-technical. But he did have some issues, technical issues, with a couple of the revelations that were incorrect. So he tried to recover, but,
Yeah, you only get one shot.
Exactly. But he kept plowing through. He didn't stop. He just kept plowing through. The next act was Descuido. I had the pleasure of meeting them when I was in Rome in March. They own the world's oldest magic shop. Italy's oldest magic shop. And I met them. Very nice couple. They were in the comedy category. Not a lot of magic in it. But the magic they had was nice and visual. They did shapography, which is a felt ring that you turn into different hats.
Shapography. That's what I call it.
Exactly. So, they had a movie theme to this whole thing, and they had great music throughout, and they were using the chapeau, two of them, there was a husband and wife, who create different characters based on these movies and the music.
If you've seen Jay Marshall's act, who used to do that years ago.
Correct.
He did that kind of a thing. For
Exactly.
people who are wondering, you've got that kind of a donut big thing.
Exactly. So yeah, very clever act, a nice themed act, got a little, lost toward the end of it, but they came back with a strong costume change to Marilyn Monroe.
A little bit there.
What's that?
I think the balloon popped prematurely.
The balloon popped prematurely before she came out as Marilyn Monroe. But it was nice. I think the highlight of the whole thing, though, there was a bit where he produced a cigarette, and then they both did the lean illusion.
That was, yes.
And came together, and she took the cigarette in her mouth. But as they came back, it was a white mouth coil that just kept coming out.
Right.
That was a
Beautiful.
highlight.
Yeah.
I thought that was a great thing.
Yeah, very clever.
I said, not a great competition act, but you put them in any other stage show, they're going to be a hit.
Right. That was comedy.
That was in the comedy subdivision. Yeah. The next act, Nikolai Strebel, as soon as the name went up, I said, okay, this is going to get him up. This is, and
Germany.
From Germany.
Awesome.
I'm just going to tell you, it's the paper plane act.
Yeah.
Paper jets. And you have never seen stuff float like this. Yeah. It is just absolutely incredible. I have no idea how he does it. I don't want to know.
No, obviously there's some strings, but
you can't see them, and strings don't work that way.
No, strings don't exactly. Thank you.
But I will say, the act just brings me joy to watch. Got the first standing O of the day, well deserved.
He was having a good time with it too. It didn't look like he was nervous or anything at all.
Not
and even when he got introduced to begin with, there's a big German team, big contingent.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they were giving him.
Big props. So yeah, Nikolai, and I got to mention, this is the original paper plane act. There's another performer doing a paper plane act.
Piron?
No. Piron does a floating paper thing act, but it's not.
It's not like this. Who's the guy that did the thing with the?
So Yu Ho Jin did the paper plane act on AGT.
Oh.
And I don't know if he spoke to Strebel about this, but it was, very similar in parts, some different stuff. Yu Ho Jin's routine is absolutely beautiful, but Nikolai had it first. So I just want
a beautiful
to
act.
establish that.
Very good.
Yeah.
Standing ovation, as you said.
Absolutely. He was followed by a young man from China, Yu Chung Xie. This is the first of the tree acts. Apparently, this is a theme now amongst the Asian performers.
Funny you said that. I thought the same thing.
Lots of trees. That's his main. But I think the act was started slow, produced a gold streamer that turned into something else. But then he begins taking the leaves off of trees.
Was he the guy that had the earrings also that looked like a fairy, kind of a pixie kind of a thing?
Yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy.
Yeah.
So leaves turn to gold, and the gold leaves become gold cards.
Yeah.
And he starts doing card manipulation. And boy, was he doing some he did some great color changing card fans, card fans changing to confetti.
Yeah.
I felt there was a little too much repetition through the act.
Mm-hmm.
But in general, good manipulative act. He finishes producing butterflies. Butterflies are floating around these card fans.
There were a lot of oohs and ahs at that point.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty act, interesting stuff, different stuff. But there was better yet.
Yeah.
A young man from Russia named Daniel Sankin did a routine, just an odd sort of routine with lights and a light bulb in a lamp, and the light bulb from the lamp kept vanishing. There was a pull chain to turn on the lamp on and off, but that becomes a rope, and then that vanishes and appears on his back, and he pulls that, the light goes on and off. Just an interesting, different kind of act. Had some problems with his finish, where his head was supposedly changed to a giant light bulb. Bad lighting, bad tech. It's a shame.
There are a lot of things that could have gone wrong with that, and unfortunately they did.
They did. Yeah. So, so I think he could have a better day.
Yeah. Good concept.
He was followed by Ran Gaffner from Israel, doing, of course, a mentalism routine.
Of course, it comes from Israel.
Exactly. Yeah.
And Lior Manor had, I think, was the person who
probably
recommended
signed for him. Yeah. So very pleasant young man. Interesting theme to the act. Guilty pleasure songs.
But he was playing a guitar.
And he played guitar, and he played some of his guilty pleasure songs. But as people write down guilty pleasure songs and put them on a tray, which a girl brings up the stage, and she chooses one, and he needs to divine what that is, and he plays the song. It was okay.
Yeah.
I think his guilty pleasure is he gets to play guitar and sing at FISM. So
he could say he was in the competition.
He was in the GOTUS. He was followed by a very popular actor who's competed a number of times and won a number of times at FISM, Junke from Spain. And there was a large delay between the previous act and him. And when the curtain opened, we found out why. Junke brings everything. He brings trucks full of stuff, and the setting was gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
This wonderful Asian setting with big props. He starts with
he was also an invention, I think.
Yes, and he always is. And he's very creative. Oh my gosh, his illusions look different than most people. He starts out with this visible arrow being shot with a ribbon on it, visibly through him, and comes out the other
from
side.
Across the stage.
Yeah, which dates back to Chung Ling Soo.
Right.
Yeah. But this version looked a whole lot better than anyone you ever saw before. There he
was
has
constructing some sort of shogun type of.
Yeah, he has the costume of a shogun warrior that he puts on a stand, and then the helmet, and there's a callback to that at the end. There's a large drum. This girl goes in the drum. He fires arrows through this drum, and you see a hand come out, and he puts an arrow in it, so you can see there's still somebody in there. Takes that away, now fires more arrows through there. Hand comes out again, holding the arrows. So there's somebody in there avoiding those arrows. And then he takes this cloth on a pole and kind of holds it up to the side of it and him. And it's like the suspended animation illusion.
Metamorphosis kind of a thing, exactly.
Yeah.
Where did you have a person on the outside and
with
then a person
usually
holding
with a plexiglass cabinet on a Jared base. But this was, he picks it up and it falls and he's gone.
Right.
And they take the back off of this drum to show all the arrows, and the front of the drum falls open and he's
now in it. Right.
And now the Shogun warrior moves up.
Comes
you can
alive.
See it move. He goes over and takes it off, and it's the girl that was in the drum.
Yeah. That's
Beautiful
good.
illusion.
I agree.
Very, very clever. Well done. Got a well-deserved hand.
He was from Spain, right?
He was from Spain, yeah. He was followed by Masataka Jimbo from Japan. And the word I wrote was, wow, this is why we come to FISM. This is a young man who I never heard of before, and I hear a lot of people. This guy starts off with beautiful slow music and producing a white card that changes to a white ball, and then back to a card and back to the ball. in all sorts of different interesting ways. But then the cards start multiplying and the balls start multiplying. But then they start between his fingers, a card, a ball, in both hands. And I'm looking at this going, wow, this is really hard.
Yeah, you're a Manette guy, so you recognize how hard that is.
Yeah, he's working hard here. And then the music changes to this upbeat disco kind of music. And he goes into high gear and starts doing card productions, fan productions,
flourishes,
sprays of cards. I mean, showers of cards. This is stuff I've never seen before.
Yeah.
These techniques are just very original. And then the cards start changing colors. And then
there's
jumbo cards.
Yeah.
That change colors, fans, and showers of jumbo.
Yeah.
The audience was on their feet. It was just incredible. This was a highlight for me. Great energy, standing ovation.
Very inventive. Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic.
I was thinking that's going to take a while to clean up that.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
All those cards that were on the stage, because it was a shower of cards.
Amazing. Constant showers of cards.
Constant.
He was followed by a young man named Cairo Pun, another Asian act.
P-U-N, Pun.
Pun, yeah. And I just thought this was a lovely stage act with a beautiful storyline. It's
again another pixie act kind of a thing.
Kind of a pixie, another tree act. It was a flower that literally comes to life. He was also in for invention, and he had a lot of very unusual inventive stuff with a pad of paper that he would draw on, and the pictures would change. It was just great stuff. I mean, this is
was that easy to see from where you were? As I said, if it wasn't for the camera, I couldn't see.
Again, it was. I kept having to look at the screen. It was. There was stuff I needed to look at the screen for. But again, wow, this is just inventive, beautiful stuff, and that's an act I look forward to seeing again at some point. He was followed by Niccolo Fontana. The only way I can describe this is PK touches on steroids.
Mm-hmm.
It was an amazing stage setting. He did not speak. There was a voice track.
Which was a good choice.
It's a great choice. Well, I don't know how good his English is.
Well, what I'm saying, good choice compared with the one then later where there was the Spanish-speaking gentleman in the ball.
Yes.
But they couldn't understand him.
Yeah.
Had he done a voiceover like this, I think it would have played better.
The voice was excellent. But he gets a woman up from the stage, from the audience, and he puts a blindfold on her. And he has this robot mannequin.
Automaton, kind of a, yeah.
Yeah, that he does things to, and she feels it.
Mm-hmm. Not just a tap on the shoulder.
And
either.
it's not just a tap. It is moving your arm up.
Yeah.
It is
moving
rubbing your nose, turning your head to the side. I mean, there was a variety of stuff that's not typical PK touch stuff.
Right.
And it was very clever.
That brought people to their feet also.
Absolutely. It was very, very well received. But there were so many surprises in this act, and the stage setting was beautiful. The robot was amazing looking.
It was.
It was just.
And it kind of had those limelights in the front, so it harkened back to something from The Illusionist. Was that the show?
Well, and also he had a gramophone playing the soundtrack.
That's true. Yes.
So that all goes together with this whole period piece. It was just a marvelous.
Lovely.
act.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and he was in the mental category. He was followed by Magic Jose. I wasn't keen on the act. It was in the comedy category and it wasn't funny.
Yeah.
So it's in front of the curtain, there's a guy sitting at a table with a guy you
like
don't
Zoltar.
know exactly, with a crystal ball in front of it. And the curtain opens, and it's supposed to be the same guy sitting at the table, this giant inflatable figure.
Yeah, from wing to wing.
Exactly. And a giant crystal ball that this guy was in.
Yeah, but there was no head on that.
There was no head on the big one. Yeah.
It's like in a guinea pig. What am I trying to say? Not a guinea pig, but inside a hamster inside of a ball.
But these are the kind of balls they use that they have at some like amusement parks where you're inside going down a track or down a hill. Dangerous. It was supposed to be a mental act. And you did just.
For me, it was hard to understand. Again,
difficult to understand them, and you just didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
It was a shame. He was followed by Jerry Wu. This again, another tree act. Interesting, although not so much tree, but kind of an avant-garde, kind of abstract tree. He takes a light off of it, and it splits into two lights, and then the two lights he kind of forms into a ring, a linking ring. Mm-hmm. And he puts the light back in position, and now the linking ring becomes two. And he does some very visual links between the two rings. It's not your typical linking ring moves. There's something else going on here. And he puts one of the rings down and then picks up a giant ring that he spins on the floor, and that links onto the other ring. And he does some moves
like
with
hula
that.
hoop types.
Exactly. Yeah. And he does some moves with that, and then produces a small ring and links that on. So you got a little ring attached to a middle ring to a big ring, and now he spins them and they begin floating in the air. That's kind of it. And at the end, he unlinks them in the big ring. He puts a cloth over it, and it changes the glitter.
When he formed the first one, it was some sort of light that he...
Yeah, it was two lights that he
made a circle.
In a circular shape, and that became the ring. I thought that was kind of the highlight of that to me. But
for me as well.
And that was the whole act. Then we had Winston Fuenamayor, a crowd favorite from Venezuela. He's been seen at conventions before, FISMs before. He was on AGT, I believe.
Correct.
And I wrote down a man addicted to cigarettes and white cards. It's a very dark.
It's a curse of addiction, basically.
Exactly. And he's thrown into the cell, and all that's there is this black stool that he sits on, and white cards keep appearing. Smoke appears out of his mouth. Cigarettes appear. More white cards and more white. And now they begin attacking him. Mm-hmm. And then they turn to white sheets of paper. Fans of cards change to a white sheet of paper that goes over his face. He's got to pry it off. Then another one, more cards and more white sheets of paper that go up his arm. And, he's covered with them. Yeah. He's covered with them. And that's basically.
Well, and also he was vomiting out like.
Oh, yeah. They're coming out of his mouth. They're coming out of his hands.
And then out of his stomach when he laid on his back,
Exactly. That was something new. A fountain of cards comes out of his stomach. So, yeah, very interesting. Quite frankly, not my cup of tea, but boy, he's good.
It was for everybody else. I tell you,
they
got the immediate standing ovation and the longest ovation, I believe, too.
Yeah. Other than Strebel.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Strebel, okay. I think, kind of matched that up. And,
Strebel doesn't win. It's maybe because
Laurent Piron won last time.
Yeah. But I was going to say, it's just one, it's not a one trick pony, but it is an airplane that's going around circles.
My thought was last time,
even though it's amazing,
Laurent Piron won with a white piece of paper. That floated.
When you look at it that way,
there's similarities, but I don't know. And I'm trying to read my writing here because I was.
The very last guy when everybody was ready to leave here. The final guy was Messiah,
and again, what a unique act this was. He comes out
General Magic from Japan.
Yeah, he comes out with a little suitcase with stickers on it, and he starts doing magic with stickers. But it's one particular sticker. It's a purple sticker with two little eyes on it. And then he takes a sticker.
Smiley face kind of a thing.
Yeah, but no smile.
Right.
He takes a sticker off the case that is, first, the sticker vanishes from his hands and appears on the case. And he peels off the case, vanishes, appears back on the case. And he takes it off and starts doing stuff with the sticker. He takes a sticker off that becomes a marker, and he draws a smile on it. And the marker becomes a sticker of a marker that he puts on the case. And now when he looks back, now that smile has turned to a big white smile.
Toothy grin.
Toothy grin, exactly. That's a good point. And now that begins multiplying between his fingers, sticking to his fingers, and they keep multiplying until both of his hands are full. And the rest of the act is all this manipulation with these stickers that stick to his jacket, multiply on his jacket, on his shirt, and then on his jacket, all done to Billy Joel singing Piano Man. I didn't get the connection there, but boy, it was a great song to do it to. And again, boy, he got a great reception. It was a fun act that I would love to see again. I was just, a joyful act.
It was a lot of fun, and he got a standing ovation. I'm not sure if it's a standing ovation or people are standing up to leave, because that was, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. It's just that was the last act, and people had been there for enough hours, I think. And those who haven't, like us, who haven't eaten, were ready to go and get something. And there was, of course, other things going on. As Marc had said, missed the Marco Zoppi, the Daniel Garcia lecture, and then at 6:30 was intellectual property and creativity panel, and that was going to be with Peter Marvey, Russ Stevens, Topaz, Magic Christian, and Raphael.
I'm sure that would be an interesting.
Yeah, that would have been a good panel. I missed that because we were recording this over here. Then, as he said, then later will be the Miguel Munoz solo show.
Yep.
And then we'll be having the opening ceremony, and it sounds like that's going to be great. And that's at 9:00.
And then the show after that is all previous Grand Prix winners.
And then after the gala show at 12:30 will be the spaghetti party,
which is something everybody needs to do: eat spaghetti at 12:30 at night
and go to sleep.
And then
wake up early tomorrow morning.
Wake up at 7 a.m. so you can be here for 9:00 for whatever.
For more contests and everything else is happening over there. That's true.
Another full day tomorrow.
That's right. So tonight's act is going to be fantastic, and Marc and I will give you the lowdown on that later. We want to try to get this going. This has been a pretty full episode because I included day zero yesterday with different people I was chatting with. I was trying to hold back a little bit because there are 6 full days and so many people and so many conversations I would love to have with so many people. And so time is precious, and I appreciate your time. It's been very precious.
My pleasure, Scott,
every time,
always.
Marc, to sit down and chat. And as I said, I know people always enjoy this. I certainly get a deeper, richer understanding of kind of what happened and some of the history that you talk about here then as well. We'll go through this again then tomorrow and let people know what's happening on day 2 of this 29th. This is the 29th
FISM.
World FISM. Yeah. Wow. World Championship here in Turin. So I think that's it. You ready?
I'm ready.
That was Marc. That was Marc DeSouza from this House of Magic, which is going to be opening.
Well, the House of Magic, we've been running shows there since April 4th. So the theater level's been open.
In Philadelphia, by the way.
Yeah, just outside of Philly, just north of Philly. But we're going to be, the rest of the museum and the library will be open probably mid to end of August. So we'll have our grand opening in September.
And speaking of museum, I went to Churrasco to see Don Silva's.
That's great.
It is awesome. I've never seen anything like it. And for those who might be interested and want to follow me over Facebook or Instagram, you can see the video on my Scott Wells Magic on Instagram. Take a peek at that. It is pretty amazing. All right. I think we're going to wrap it up, and I'm going to put this to bed. Thanks again. That was Marc DeSouza. And so for the Magic Word Podcast on day 0 and day 1, this is Scotty out. One more quick thing to add, by the way, and that is they happen to have something kind of unusual and different I haven't seen before, and that is an immediate feedback. They had a QR code that you could scan, and after every contest show was over, the audience had the chance to scan that QR code and rate between a 1 to 10, and that way the act you could see how everyone else reacted. And from what I've been hearing, the general consensus is it's not a good way of giving feedback. The judges are going to be giving feedback whether they award the prize or not, and also through applause. Acts know whether they were okay or not. And so this just could cause some people, I think, to go over the edge a little bit. And it's not just me. Again, this is something that I've heard from a lot of people, and I know that Marc agrees with me, and we had just talked about this a little bit after we had finished chatting and we were on our way over to dinner. And I thought I'd just add that one little thing because that was a very important thing that also had, I think, a little bit of buzz over on the unofficial FISM Facebook page then as well. So I think that's enough. Let's head out. I'm going to post this so that way you guys can get some fresh content. Scotty out.